Hi, Deronda. Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for being here. So before you go ahead, I would just like to give another brief introduction. So this is Deronda Wallace. A lot has happened in the past week, like I said before, and she is here to share her side of the story. So Deronda, can you, before we get
Yes.
into this, can you please tell us why you are here? Tell us why it's important for you to be here tonight. Why is it important for you to be on this live stream?
The main reason is not even to clear my name, but it's to protect those other people that you're not hearing about who are being harassed, who are being daily bombarded, who are being talked about in such a negative manner that I just can't tolerate it anymore. If it was just me, fine, I'll deal with it. But I can't tolerate abuse to other people. I just can't.
Okay. Before you continue, I want to let you know that I don't know a lot. So what you just said now, for me, it's like abracadabra. I don't know which people you're talking about, like the other people who have been harassed. I don't know the background fully. I have an idea of what's happening, but I don't know it in details. And maybe there are some people watching who also are feeling like, okay, what is she talking about? Which people are being harassed? What is happening? Take us through the entire journey, this story. What is happening? What's the matter? Why are you here?
It's actually been 2 weeks. And I will not be mentioning any names. You guys can figure out, I'm sure, because of what's been out there. But for my protection and for the protection of the people I care about and love, I will not be talking about anybody's names. I will not be mentioning names. This happened it started last Sunday. So not this last one, but the 14th, I believe, of January. There was a lady, and I'm going to call her North Carolina. There was a lady in North Carolina that the person that started this whole thing told me I should contact her. I should get to talk to her. She was a wonderful person, and that we had a lot in common. So she reached out to me on January 14th, and we were talking. I am in the process of writing a book right now. Not too many people know this. And I was sharing her what I had just been studying on. Everybody has a type. You know, we are drawn to that type, whether that type is good for us or not. We are attracted to a certain looking person, a characteristic, an emotional aspect. But we're all drawn to that type. So I was sharing that with her. And I then shared another content creator, her story about how she met her husband. It's a beautiful story. If you've ever followed Mama Jill and Dolly, go follow her. Wonderful, uplifting, beautiful people. But she was talking how she had met her husband on Plenty of Fish and that he was not her type. Physically, she was not attracted to him at all. But through through communication, talking with him, meeting him, getting to know his person, she fell in love. And they're married now. They've been married for a very long time. But she was sharing that story because I thought how wonderful that you could actually go against the type that you're drawn to, whether it be a good type or not. And she said, oh, she was on Plenty of Fish. And I said, yeah, that's the name of it, Plenty of Fish. And she said, well, we should put the person we're talking about out there so that she can, be on that site. And I said, oh, no, she just got out of a really bad relationship. I wouldn't do that. She needs to heal from that toxic relationship. She said, are you talking about her partner? And I said, yeah. She said, well, they're still together. And I said, no, he moved out in August. And she said, no, he didn't. I just talked to them. And the first of the year, they were fighting while I was on the phone with them. He's still there. And this was like a gut punch because I was like, this is supposed to be like one of my best friends. And she told me he had moved out, that he was no longer part of her life.
When was that? When did she tell you he moved out?
She told me that he moved out in August.
Okay.
Of 23. So I'm sorry, dry mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So she said she felt bad for telling me. She said, I thought you would know because this person speaks so highly of you and always telling me what a great person you are. So I thought you would knew. And I said, I didn't. She said, I need to call her and tell her that I've spilled the beans. And I said, can you give me till the morning? I need to process this. And that's just the kind of person I am. I have to process things. I have to think them through. I'm very meticulous in my thought. I have to do that. She said, sure, I'll give you till the morning. Bright and early in the morning, North Carolina called me, just as promised. And she said, I just received a text saying, if you talk to Deronda, please don't tell her about my partner. So she says, I really have to tell her.
I'm lost.
And I said, well, it's not a big...
Deronda, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Who called you? Who called you in the morning?
North Carolina. That's what I'm going to call her. I'm not going to give names.
I'm also lost there. It's North Carolina, the one with the boyfriend or partner, or the one that was talking with you?
No, it's the person that I'm having issues with.
Okay.
The person who is, yeah.
Okay.
The person, let's say this, I'll call the person PA. Okay, so maybe that'll help. I just don't want to use names. It's for protection of what's going on now.
Yeah, you don't have to use name. I just need to know who,
yes,
who
I understand.
it's about. Yeah. Okay.
Correct. So North Carolina called me bright and early as promised and said, I really have to go tell her. I feel bad. I haven't slept. I need to tell her that I told you that her partner was still living with her. And I told her, well, it's not a big deal to me. I've processed it. I'll talk to her later on. She says, no, I really have to. I just don't feel good about it. So she called PA. A couple minutes later, maybe 3 or 4 minutes later, she called me back. She said she has called you every name in the book. She has flipped out. She has gone berserk. She's called me every name in the book. She's threatened me with the police, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, holy crap. I did not expect that kind of reaction. And from that moment on, text messages, all just continuous text messages, phone calls, emails, calling my husband's phone.
Who was doing that?
PA.
Okay. Why? And what was she saying in those text messages?
She was threatening me. She was telling me I wasn't a good person. I was talking about her when in reality I wasn't. We tried to explain that to her on several occasions. She wasn't having it. She just knew that I was telling her story, that I was talking about her, which I was not. I was talking about this book I was writing. She just wouldn't hear me. She wouldn't listen. And each time she would text, it would get escalated. Just long 5, 6 paragraphs about what a horrible person I was and how I had betrayed her and how she thought I was her friend. And anybody who follows her page knows the stuff that she was posting. That was all about me. So that happened on Sunday and Monday. On Tuesday morning, I woke up with a notification from my bank that there had been a 99-cent charge from MetaPay and then a $1 charge from Spotify. So I called my bank, and my bank says, this is phishing. Someone is phishing in your account, and it's coming from Venmo. And he did a research on my account, said, I see you've never used MetaPay, which I have not, and I see you do not have an account with Spotify. Your husband does, but my husband buys books. He listens to books when he walks. He says, I see that his account is usually $16. He says, I see that you've never used it. So then he did research, and he told me where it was coming from, and there was nothing that they could really do because it was small amounts. So then he told me, he educated me, and I'm going to educate you guys if you don't know this. Do not use Venmo. Do not use Cash App. Both of those are independent sources. It goes from your bank to Venmo to the other person's bank. If you go on Venmo and you press a person's name, it gives you enough information on the person you either sent to or received from so that you can get into their account if you know how. It's not safe. Your bank will provide like Zelle, and that's safe because it's licensed through the bank, and they're accountable for your stuff. So I learned that. I didn't know that. Everything I've ever sent her was through Venmo. I only send one other person money through Venmo, and that's my housekeeper. I've had her for over a year and didn't think it was her. So I'm lost. Okay, so anyway, so I had to cancel my bank card. I had to cancel and block her from Venmo. I had also given her account availability to a credit card I had because her Cricket had taken a crap and she needed to buy a new one on the spot. So I had to cancel that card. So that's the financial part of it. There's more later down. But anyway, I'm trying to think. I'm losing my train of thought.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
it just continued with the email, continued with the voicemail, calling me, saying, "Are you too chicken to talk to me? That doesn't prove anything that you're not talking to me." Just on and on, just harassment, nonstop.
But before all the harassment, was there any conversation with her? With you explaining what happened?
Yes, I when she was harassing me, because that's what it was, I would answer with, I didn't talk about you. That's not what happened. I kept very short little things. I think it was like on Wednesday, she called me and I did not answer. And then she texted me, "You're not talking to me doesn't prove a thing."
So don't you think, I'm sorry to cut you, don't you think it might have been better from the moment she started to try to reach out to you, for you to have at least picked the phone, at least at the beginning, to at least explain to her what the situation was? But it looked like you were just ignoring her and not wanting to talk with her.
No, I did explain to her in a text. The very first text she sent me, I explained to her. I had told her this story about Mama Jill, and his name is actually Sweetie. She calls him Sweetie. His name's Richard. I had told her this story. So I told her, I was explaining to North Carolina this story.
Okay.
Your name came up in a comment.
Mm-hmm.
We did not talk about you.
Okay.
But she just wasn't having it. I'm sorry, I'm raising my voice. I want to stay calm. She just wasn't having it. She just continued to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I finally did talk to her later on. I tried to talk to her. She just berated me on the phone, told me what a horrible person I was, that I was extremely opinionated. My opinions were horrible. That I was not a friend. I mean, there's so much berating you can take before you just say enough's enough.
Okay, I get that part.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
She would text my husband. Well, she kept texting my husband. I want the Venmo because she owes me some money. She owes me a lot of money. I bought stuff for her that she was supposed to pay me back. And she kept texting. She texted my husband, "I want the Venmo so I can send Rhonda money." She kept texting me, "I need the Venmo. I know you've blocked me. Why did you block me? I need your Venmo information." Well, I'm not going to...
So in the middle of a fight, she was still demanding for your Venmo information. Okay. Before we get there, how did she get your husband's number that she was able to text your husband?
We've been friends for over a year. She has talked to my husband. Oh, that's how I remember now. So we just bought a car. My husband for Christmas, our car we'd paid the last payment, and he was down there getting some repairs done at the auto shop. And they were saying, well, it's going to be this much and this much and this much. And my husband's like, let's just get a new car. So he got a new car. One night he called, and he did this to the other girls too. He took her out there and FaceTimed her. Well, he didn't FaceTime her. He has an Android. He took her out there, though, and showed her the new car. Showed her the inside and the outside and talked about it. So she had his number from that.
Okay.
And anyway, so anyway, and I asked her in the email to stop harassing me. And she says, "I'm not harassing you. This is just a week. We're not even at Sunday yet. We're just in that first freaking week." She says, she writes me an email, "I'm not harassing you." And kind of laughs laugh my effing ass off. And then she says, "I just want your Venmo so I can send you I've gone to the police. They've told me that if I keep getting a denied on your Venmo, I don't have to pay you. So either send me the Venmo or I'm not paying you. So I responded to that email and I said, send a check. That was pretty much the last email I got from her.
Okay.
I believe that was Saturday.
Okay. How much money is she owing you?
She owes me $519.
And how come about that money?
Well, that was partly her plane ticket that I bought for her to come home from JD's house when she was out there in March of last year.
Okay.
She got stuck. That's another story. That's how the whole thing with her partner started. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, I bought her a plane ticket. I bought her air tags. I bought her so many things. Most of them were loans, and she knew that. And she was paying me back by sending me ornaments, and she does woodwork. So she was sending me ornaments, and she was sending me trinkets, and then I was deducting that from what she owed me because she's on a fixed income. And I thought, well, I can give these little ornaments away, or I can keep them if I really like them. And the money I always give and don't ever anybody ask me for money because I've changed. But back then, my philosophy was, when I loan you money, if you don't pay me back, that's okay. I've released that money to you. I'm not going to get upset about it if I don't get it back. But don't ask me for another loan. That's how I've lived my entire life.
So what has happened ever after all the harassments?
So what have I done about all the harassment?
For example?
For example, I have filed FBI charges or complaints for cyberbullying, elder abuse, and harassment.
Did she bully you on the cyberspace?
Yes, anybody who's been on her page lately, my name was bleeding from her page last week. It was all over. Yes.
And what exactly was she saying on her page about you?
I don't know because I blocked her, but I've been told that my name was everywhere. Some people have sent me emails, but sent me screenshots. I've really just tried to avoid it. I have copied it all for the cases I have going on. I don't remember. I know she, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, so...
But she was having problems with Marion. That was one of it. She was talking about, I'm sorry, I didn't want to mention anybody's name, but she was talking about her because I guess she did a live on her, and she was trying to get me to go talk to her and tell her to stop, which I have no authority or power to do so. She was saying that I was talking to people I had said I was never going to talk to again, which I was not. She was telling people things like, don't trust certain people, they'll put a knife in your back. Her page was crazy, not this week, but the week before. And it's just from what people sent me. Like I said, I've not really been on the internet, on Facebook, for 2 weeks.
Okay. So what else have you done? Where else have you reported her to?
I have a non-contact restraining order. It's temporary. I had went to court yesterday. She did not show up. She wrote the court saying that it was over 10 hours away. She had no transportation, and she needed to talk to an attorney. So the judge says I always give everybody at least one continuance. I told him she has a Jeep. We have all seen her in her Jeep driving around Pennsylvania. She has no transportation problems. I told her that she had said in one of her lives that she was going to be in North Carolina to pick up her godson. I told the judge it's only 7.5 hours away. And I told the judge this is not her. 7.5 hours, drive.
That's long.
And I told him, she was saying it was 10 hours. No, okay. That's not really long for America. I've traveled 8 to 10 hours to get to see my son.
Wow.
It matters what, it just depends on, I guess it just depends on the person. I guess for some people it is far.
Yeah.
But she
had
4 days notice to arrange all this.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a continuation. I still have the no contact. It's still in effect, but it's temporary. My goal is to make it permanent. And it also includes cyberbullying.
Okay.
I was sent a video from, I don't even know how to, I don't want to say names, from a certain person that, I'll say her name of their page, because it's not her name, but King's page. I was sent a video that she has deleted from her page, where she is saying I am the only person she ever sent pictures or videos to, that she never sent them to anybody else, which my phone has blown up from people who have sent me videos and pictures that she has sent of the girls. I don't know where else to go with that. What else have I done? I've done some things I'd rather not talk about. I did give you the paperwork, but because she hasn't been served yet, I don't want her to know what's in the works, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But there are at least 2 other cases.
Which other cases? Okay, that you're working on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. They're still in the process.
Yeah.
Well, one is finished. One's finished. She hasn't been served. The other one is still in the process. I should have that finished by Monday.
Okay. And the one that is finished is about the harassment that you just mentioned and the restraining order.
Correct.
Okay.
It's all, the restraining order is done. I have a court date on that for the continuation on February 9th.
Okay. And has she stopped the harassment ever since you started all of this?
Well, she can't contact me, which means she cannot go on Facebook and talk about me. She cannot go in our chat room and talk to me, which she has already contempted. She has already had contempt twice. Like this video that I saw on King, it was done right after she was served, and she deleted it from her page, where she was talking about me being the only person who had pictures, only person who had videos, that kind of thing. And then she broke it she posted another thing. I don't remember what it was. I have it on my page. I mean, I have it in my papers. I don't remember what it was. Sorry. So she's already contempted. She's already been in contempt for the 2, with the 2 charges on the restraining order.
Okay. Another thing you mentioned at the beginning of this video. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to go on to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday of this week. I was just going to continue the story, but if you have a question, go ahead and ask.
Yeah, at the beginning of this video, you said you are doing this video just to warn other people out there. Which
Correct.
people were you talking about, and warn them exactly about what?
I'm warning anybody that gets involved with this person to be cautious. We started a group called Trust Keepers. That was not the first group we started with her. She actually started that group. There are women in there who've done absolutely nothing wrong but are being harassed. She has threatened CPS. She has threatened to come to their home. These women did nothing wrong. They were part of a group. I will say, we have been in that group, I don't know, 6 or 7 months, maybe longer. But 90% of what we do in that group is have fun. We talk about each other. We talk about our families. I love those women. And right now, you know who you are. I love you. I will be with you till the day I die. I trust you. You have supported me. You have been my rock through all this. Thank you, guys. I love you. There's no reason for these women who've done nothing to be abused. Up till Saturday, I did nothing. I did nothing with the courts. I did nothing. But when you bring in other people, my mama claws come out. I'm sorry, they do.
Mm-hmm. What exactly was she threatening them about? Give me an example of what she would say to these women.
Well, one person went on another blogger's page and told her story. And she said, "You're lying. I've checked our conversations. I didn't send you anything." And she said, "I've called CPS. So, yeah, they'll be at your house."
Oh, okay. Okay.
And another person who has not been out, has not said a word, she threatened to go to her house. You know, you don't do this to people. That's not how you treat people. So anyway, yeah. So there's other things, but those were the two major ones that really got to me, got my blood boiling.
Okay, who started the group?
PA, sorry.
PA, okay. When exactly?
I don't know. We've had 3 groups. We started with Zoom. There was about 10 women in there. I hardly ever went to the Zoom meetings because everyone was talking about over each other.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. It was very confusing. We were getting dropped. Zoom would kick us out. It wasn't worth my time. So I maybe went to maybe 1 or 2 of those Zoom meetings. And then one of the persons in the group suggested Facebook Messenger chat room. Well, I'd never heard of it, so I don't even know who started that group, to be honest, if it was the person who suggested or if it was PA. But anyway, it was much better. We had less women. We were in that group for a few months. So this was back in like February, this all started.
Last year.
We had of 2023. We had a disagreement on if KO had bought the condo, or if KO, the whole thing that's been going on forever, or if somebody else bought the condo. And we kind of got into a little bit of a shouting match to each other, and the 4 of us left, 5 of us actually left, and started this Trust Keepers. This was never a group to trash anybody, or even, we did talk about KO and JD and the saga and the girls, but it was such a small part of what we did. I mean, we would stay up late at night, drinking, talking, giggling, laughing, telling stories. Like, I like to cook. If you were my friend on my page, you would see all the stuff I cook. Another person in the group liked to cook. We would share recipes. We would share pictures. 2 of the ladies' spouses had recently died. We talked about that and talked about our grandchildren. I don't have any grandchildren. JD's girls became my grandchildren, and that's how I feel about them. I love those little girls. But they would talk about their grandchildren, their granddaughter that just got married, their son who just adopted a baby, gardening, animals. We all love the animals. We all have animals. That's what we talked about. And I mean, my husband would come and he'd wave at the ladies. They all know my husband. He took them on a tour of our new car. They took them on a tour of our house because we've only been here not very long. So it was just a family thing. It was not a hate group. We didn't hate anybody. PA very seldom ever came in, and when she did, she'd be there for like a minute or 2, and she would leave. She never shared her life in there. She never knew about our life. It was mainly us 4.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what that was all about. It wasn't anything like they're talking about. And then as far as that WhatsApp group they're talking about, I hate groups like that. It took them 3 days to convince me to do it. I wrote out 13 rules that I had to have followed before I would come into that group. And they were like, you had to have your real picture. You had to have your real name. I had to verify that this was a real page. Those were some of the rules. That page lasted like a day and a half. Nothing ever happened. We just talked about how could we change the algorithms on Google. That's what it was about. It was not a hate group. It wasn't a let's get KO. It wasn't let's get JD. It wasn't anything like that. It lasted a day and a half, and it was closed.
Okay, that's good enough to know. So, from what you just explained now, you guys started with 2 other groups and eventually ended with Trust Keepers. But Trust Keepers was not to go against anybody. It was just a group of 4 or 5 women who were just friends and just discussing their lives, which there is nothing wrong with that. So if anyone is telling you,
we're tired of being bullied, this was correct. I mean, we did talk about, I won't lie, we did talk about KO. We did talk about JD. We did talk about the girls. But we talked about other bloggers. We talked about what was going on. And that was such a small part of it. Such a small part.
You didn't create the group. What I'm trying to say is the group was not created primarily to talk about them. I mean, they would come up in a conversation which is, I mean, normal.
Correct.
People talk about things they see on social media, but you guys didn't come together and tell
Correct.
yourselves, oh, let's create a group so that we can go after this person. That I find important to know.
It's very important for me because we have now we just talk with each other, on just randomly we'll call each other, and that's what we do because we're all don't want our names out there. I'm out here today because it's just I have a right to have a voice, to say what really happened, and anyway, yeah.
Do you feel
yes,
like
it was not a hate group.
Do you feel like stuff has been said online that have been untrue that you'd like to clear tonight?
Oh, yes, I have. There's a lot that is said online that I would like to clear up. First of all, every day that PA was out at JD's house, October, November of this last year, she was in that group going live, showing live videos with her and the girls. Every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day. In the morning, she would go live. We would watch her. She would FaceTime us. I don't know what it's called in chat rooms, but she would FaceTime us. We would watch her feeding baby A, and baby J would be sitting there. We would have conversations with the girls. I want to clarify something too. JD was never around on any of these FaceTimes. And there's no way she could have sent him alive and gotten his permission. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was not there. We never saw him. She would come in at least 2 or 3 times every day. We'd see him at the park. She would take us with her and baby J. They went for a sweet treat at a restaurant. Every day she was in there. She was posting pictures to all of us women, not just me.
Mm.
In fact, I left on several occasions because I'm going to say angry that the first time I went in there when she was there and she was live with the girls, my jaw hit the floor because this was not supposed to be told to anyone. This was to be kept private. And yet I go into the chat room and there are the girls. I spent very little time in there. I would go in afterwards.
And did you ever say anything about it to her? Did you ever say, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, for example?
She knew I was angry. I remember one time she said, I don't care if anyone's angry about this. I don't care if they don't like what I'm doing. And she would say things like, I think the girls are not, KO is not good for the girls. I think JD is not good for the girls. I think the girls belong in foster care. So she knew I was angry. And yes, I told her, I don't agree with what you're doing. Did I stop her? No, I can't stop her. I can't stop anyone. You know, she knew I was not happy.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know where you want me to go. I think we're at Sunday. If you want to talk about Sunday, that when all this happened.
Okay.
Anyone who knows me, who knows my personal life, knows I love to cook. On Sunday, it is family day. I have family and friends come over. I usually cook a big meal. We spend all day. Nobody is to contact me. No one's supposed to email me. No one's supposed to text me. No one's supposed to call me. It's my family day. It's the one day a week where we all get together. So Sunday, I cooked a big roast, mashed potatoes, gravy, homemade biscuits, broccoli. My friend brought over an upside down cake. We were enjoying ourselves. We played Skippo, just having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
They left around 6:15. I picked up my phone, and my phone was blowing up. The pictures of the girls have been released. It's on
Don't mention
SP's page.
Don't mention them.
Yeah, SP's page. And I said, what? What's going on? And they said, go to, can I say Lolo's? I just said it. We'll just say, go to her page. And she's talking about it. So I went over there, and she called me out in the comments. She said, Deronda's here in the comments. Ask away. And people started asking me questions, and I answered to the best of my ability. I told them I don't have those pictures on my phone. I was never given those pictures, and now I understand that one of them was a video, which I did not understand was a video. I checked my phone, and I said, I don't have those pictures. And then they were most of them were very kind and good and supportive, and said, we believe you. So then I went off of her page. I was only on there for a few minutes, went off. I don't know what I did next because it was kind of a crazy night, just trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Oh, I went through my phone. I went through my phone thoroughly, and I said, I don't have that picture. So I haven't even told you guys what I was doing and how involved I was in this in the background. So I'm going to tell you a little about that, because then you'll understand why that picture was not on my phone.
I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if I really want to go into the pictures or the videos, unless it really has something like inside of it that you'd like to clear. But I wouldn't like to go into the details of how the pictures came about. The reason being that the pictures should have never ended online. That one is clear. The problem, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say that I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want us to start talking about pictures and videos now, because it looks like the problem is being shifted from the origin of the problem to people who have little or nothing to do with it. The problem is that the pictures and the videos got out. Whoever took those pictures and videos should have never shared them with anybody. That is the problem. I don't care who sent you, who, what did. The problem should be faced, and the problem is the person who took them and who sent them out. Because the parents of those children, I don't think they gave permission for that.
Yes, well, and it goes along with why I did not send you any pictures that I had. I have always said it's exploitation of these kids. They should not be on KO's page. They should not be on JD's page. They should not be on any blogger's page. These are innocent children. They need to be protected, not just from KO and JD, but from this community. They need to be protected, and it is wrong for anyone to put their pictures out there, and that's how I feel.
That's just it. That's where it ends for me. For me, it's just like, okay, I want to blame Deronda. I want to blame Nikki. It doesn't make sense. The problem is taking those pictures and sharing them. So you cannot blame, at this point, I'm not even going to blame the parents, because you did it behind the parents' back. So it would be ludicrous to say, oh, I blame the father, I blame the mother. At this point, no. The problem should be with the person who was responsible for those children at that point in time. That's why I don't even want to talk about that side of this story. And I hope well, anyways, you go ahead.
I basically want to clear my name because of, I'm going to call her LL. I think everyone knows who that is.
No, I don't.
She did a video, a live, you don't know who that is.
Okay, yeah, I think I do, yeah.
Okay, she did a video on me the other night saying that I lied to her, that I did have that picture. I scoured my phone, and the reason why I was going to go back to what I was doing, my phone, because of what I was doing for the court cases, for the girls, my phone was constantly loaded with videos, with content. I had to delete everything on my phone every month just so I could upload more stuff and I could keep more stuff. If you knew the whole thing, you'd understand. But anyway, I did have one picture on my phone that LL was talking about. I did not lie to her. I actually had to go and get my deleted files recovered to find out that I had deleted that picture that she accused me of on November 24th. So I just want to clear my name. The time I talked to her in her messenger, I did not have that on my phone. That's it. That's the only thing I'll talk about pictures.
Didn't you remember ever seeing those pictures at the time you talked with her?
They were not those pictures.
Or videos. It doesn't really matter, pictures or videos. You didn't remember when you were having that conversation. You didn't remember, oh, I saw something like that. 3 months ago. You didn't remember?
Yes, it was a different pictures. I don't think the picture she showed me has ever been showed, because this was in Messenger, has ever been shown online. Of course, I could be wrong because I have not been online for almost 2 weeks. So I don't know what all has been shown, but I definitely do not have, or have ever had, or have ever seen up until this time, because people have shown me they have them. I have not seen the pictures that were released or the video.
So if you hadn't seen them, why were you saying you didn't have them? So you didn't know what was being talked about?
Correct. No, this is how, I'm sorry, I'm not clarifying myself. So the pictures that had been put on the internet, that had been shown, I have never seen. To this day, I never saw that video. I never saw that picture with PA and baby A. I've never seen those pictures. The picture that LL showed me in her Messenger was neither one of those. It was a different picture altogether. It was a very innocent picture of a beautiful little girl, not showing anything, giggling. And that was sent to her by PA. And she accused me of chopping it up and cutting it up and sending it to her without my name, which is not true. I do not like people who have no integrity. Sorry. That was from her page. She did that. And then she tried to get me a dun, 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 and it didn't work because I seriously did not have that picture. I had to go and have it recovered just to know in my own heart I did not have that picture. Do you understand?
No, I don't.
I know it's
I don't.
I know it's confusing. Yeah, it was a total different picture that LL was showing me than what has been released. I do not believe the picture that LL showed me in her Messenger has ever been released. But she was accusing me of lying to her people that I had pictures. I never said I didn't have pictures. I never said I didn't have pictures. I said I didn't have those pictures. Does that clarify anything?
To be honest, I'm still lost, but like I said, I'm lost.
Yeah, it's just
I
to clear
really,
my name. It's okay. We can move on.
yeah, I
It's
really,
not a big deal.
I really don't understand what is happening, but I know that you have been blamed for releasing or for sending the pictures or videos or whatever, the images, the footage to a blogger. And I just want to say that number one, from everything that we have gathered so far online, from you, from here and there, it's clear that you were not the only one who might have seen those pictures and those videos. So there is no way anybody can pinpoint the blame on you. It's just like shifting the problem. You created a problem and now you want to blame another person. Whereas that is not the only person who is the only possible suspect. If you want to suspect people, you want to accuse people, you should be sure that this is 100% the only person. You cannot just say, okay, this one is the one I'm having issues with. She should be the one. You cannot buy much with that, especially when we are now finding out that more than one person got that. So for me, I'm not even going to start to shift and start to look for the person who might have done, the
Yes.
publishing of the thing. I am still focused on the origin of the problem, because what happened could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to you, it could have happened to me. We all have nannies at one point or the other, and I've heard and seen how do you say that, people being criticized. Oh, how could you have brought somebody from social media, whatever. I'm going to tell you this. One of my best friends is someone I got to know from social media. Social media is not a dungeon. I know that crazy things are happening, but people on social media are also human beings, and anybody can make a mistake. Like I said, it can happen to you, it can happen to me. That is not a problem. Don't shift the problem to where the problem is not supposed to be. The problem is that that person you trusted did what they should never do. When you start to make that secondary, and you start to try to focus on, oh, I don't like this person, so I'm just going to focus on that person, you're making that real problem get away. Get away in the sense that you're trying to say, well, you are the one that made a mistake. No, no, the person should realize. Has that person brought out a public apology to those children, to their parents? For example, I don't know about private apologies, but has that person tried to show that, oh my God, I accept, I acknowledge that I did something that I should never have done? When we break that, when we solve that, and everybody is clear that you are the problem, you created all of this, then we can move on to, okay, but how did it extend to where we are now? But I do not want us to forget where it started, and for us all to learn. You don't go into other people's home and bring out private stuff. You have no business doing that, especially behind your
Correct.
back, especially without their permission. It doesn't speak well of you. And another thing, before, I don't know if we are rounding off now a bit, another thing that I would like to just say, you guys know I don't like to advise, but another thing, I just want to say this to PA, is it PA? PP?
Mm-hmm.
PA, okay.
Yes.
Is that, please, you're a woman, please. That aspect of going to call people endlessly, sending them messages when they don't want to talk to you, demanding for them, oh, you have to talk now. Why don't you want to talk? You need to chill. You need to chill. And I don't want to go into like all the criminal records and everything, but if you continue to have issues with the law, it's not going to look good. It doesn't really look good right now, but you're doing it continuously, not with one person, but with more people. It's going to affect you more. Why not maybe work on it? And that attitude also of going into people's homes and doing what you did, you should never do that. No, you don't do it. It's a no, you don't do it. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? So
Yes, I understand. I agree 100%.
yeah. So, any other thing you'd like to mention before? I don't know if anybody has a question that I can read out in the comments for you. If you guys have questions, this is your time to ask your questions.
I would like to say something. I've not really ever been involved with the courts, but yesterday, and I'm just saying this as I want to be an advocate for these women. Yesterday, when I was in the court, most of the people in there were for domestic violence. It broke my heart that these women are having to go back to the court every 2 weeks to continue a temporary restraining order because nobody's doing anything to serve these men that are beating them. My heart breaks for them. And law enforcement needs to do better to protect women and children from abuse. And that's what I'm going to say because it really touched me yesterday. So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah. A lot of people are going through hell.
Any questions?
Yeah, people are going through a lot. Sorry, I was half listening and half reading comments, so I didn't catch everything, but I think you mentioned women going through domestic violence and the men not being served.
Correct.
Yeah, terrible. There are real issues out there than all
there
this.
Are.
Yeah. So I do hope that PA would at least have that human decency to tender an apology to both those children and their parents, because no child deserves that. No child. There is no excuse for that. And I'm not going to sit here and start pointing fingers and start playing a blame game. Okay, if you hadn't brought her, no, that's not what we're talking about. It could have been anybody. It could have been someone from the street. It could have been someone from anywhere. Like I said, one of my best friends is someone I got to know from social media. That is not an excuse to do what you should not be doing in someone else's house. It says a lot about you as an individual that someone cannot trust you into their private space and you'd be sharing things that you have no business sharing with anybody. If they knew that you'd do that, I don't think they would ever let you into their home. But they thought differently of you, and now you disappointed a lot of people. You disappointed yourself. But I think that those children and their parents deserve an apology for that, because you do not do that.
Right.
There is no excuse for that. And I am not going to sit here and blame anybody but the person who, because if she had not shared the pictures with people who have no business seeing those pictures and videos, all of this would not even have happened in the first place.
Correct.
So that acknowledgement has
Correct.
to
Yeah,
come
I'm not.
first.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. There's nothing I can do about it. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, it angered me. I don't know what a remedy is. I do not believe JD knew what she was doing. Like I said, she was live. She was live. He was nowhere to be found. It's hard to get permission when he doesn't know what's happening. Anyway, that's my thought on that.
Okay. Any last words? I don't see questions in the comment section. So maybe you just round off, just summarize everything. And
I think I want to say that this is my swan song. I have decided to leave this community. It's been a hard year for me emotionally. I'm a very emotional person. I think most of you know that. I don't plan on being involved in this at all anymore. And I would just like to say to you people out there who are listening, lurking, whatever you want to call it, stop. It's not a game. It's not a contest. Nobody's winning. KO's not winning. JD's not winning.
You can
These
call
girls are definitely not winning. I'm sorry?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, it's not a game. Stop the hate. Stop bullying. Stop harassing. I know how to do restraining orders now. I've learned how. Stop it. Love each other. Be kind to each other. The more peace and love we have in this world, the better this place will be. It's not worth the money you're making, the few coins you're making. It's not worth it. That's it.
Thank you.
Off my soapbox.
All right. Thank you, Deronda. Thank you for sharing your story. And
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, no problem. Someone said in the comments that they have questions, and someone else said they would like to call in. So I'm going to end the call now and see if one or two people want to call in and ask their questions.
Okay.
Yes? Thank you. And
All right.
talk with you soon.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So like I said, I do not want to make the focus of this video about, the pictures or the videos. That's not the essence of this video. For me, this video was just to let someone have their voice heard. A lot can be said, a lot can be done, a lot of noise can be out there, and a lot of people can get drowned in everything that they hear, and people get emotional, they react and respond to what they hear. But the main person who went through all of this, it's almost like nobody's hearing them. So for me, I believe in all sides of the story, or at least two sides of the story. And that's what I decided to do, like, okay, let her share her side of the story, so that even if you want to judge, the two sides you can judge from. So again, this video was not about the couple. You already know the couple. This video and the person you just listened to, that's Deronda Wallace. This video is about a woman who fell out with a former friend. They were friends, they were in a group, things did not work out. They started to have their issues about, oh, you gossiped me. Oh, no, I didn't gossip you, we're just talking, to harassment, and that's what it's all about. Hello?
Hi, Blessing. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm driving, so that was the reason why, because I can't text, I can't text because I'm driving.
Okay.
Yes. Like you said earlier, you said you are not here to blame or to criticize.
Absolutely not.
Yes. So which we understand. You understand? The issue right here is what Zoe did has happened to my daughter's godmother.
Can
You know,
happen
when
to
you go,
anybody. So the
it
problem
can
is
happen
not
to
the
it
victim.
can
That's what.
happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It can happen to anybody. I remember when my baby was like, I think 7 or 8 months, when I resumed back to work, my baby's godmother, my daughter's godmother, anytime she babysits my children, she always send me pictures, send me videos. Even she sent me a video when my daughter clocked 5 years. She sent me a video of when she was in the bathtub. You know, when they were both of them, they were in the bathtub. You understand? Because you guys have built that trust relationship. JD, Justin D, trusted Zoe. So that is the issue. So right now, the mistake was, why is Zoe distributing all those pictures? And Zoe did not send that, Zoe did not share those pictures to just one person. If it's one person, that's, you know, that is okay, fine. You know, we women, we gossip a lot. You understand? Oh, what about what is going on? You understand? But by you now sharing with 1, 2, 3, no, that's not right. And besides, these children, they are not your children. Why are you doing that? It's normal. You went to his house, you're taking pictures, you send it to the father. That was what my daughter's godmother did. She sent it to me when they were in the playground. She sent it to me when they were sleeping. When they were sleeping, she sent it to me. You understand? It's normal. It's a normal thing that, okay, you know, you are updating the parents, the father, okay, this is what we are doing. You understand? So that it's going to keep the father at rest that, okay, my children are in the same height. It's a normal thing what Zoe did by taking the picture and sending it to the father. But taking the picture and sending it to people, no, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. What she did is wrong. She's supposed to come online and apologize. I'm so sorry. Everybody should hold accountability of what they did. Just say, I'm sorry, that's it. Apologize to the parents. You guys should apologize to JD. What are you trying to prove? Oh, Cora is winning. Justin Dean is winning. No. The children are offline, off limits. Stop using the children as a winning team. It's wrong. It's wrong. Stop using the children as a weapon. No, people are saying, this crazy lady was saying, Justin's supposed to come outside and explain to his fans. No, Justin don't need to explain to the fans, because the more Justin is explaining it, the more they are dragging it. The more he come out and say all sorts of nonsense, before you know it, they'll be dragging it. But one thing JD said on his life, he said, you don't use children as a weapon. That one is offline, off limit. You don't use children. If you guys are having problems, if Joe is having problem with her friend, that is fine. Stop using the children, because you guys, fall apart. You guys are not using the children. That is unfair. That's uncomfortable. That's bad. What is bad is bad. Stop using the children as a weapon. Stop. Because you guys fell apart. Listen, it's because they all fell apart. These women, because they all fell apart, they're using the children's picture to be counting scores. No. It's not done that way. It's not done that way. That is evil. Now, Justin is going to have a trust issue. Really bad. Look at the way they were taking him. Look at the way they will come online and be talking about Justin as if Justin is a baby. Every day, this lady will come online, started dragging Justin. Justin said, Justin blocked you, then you come every day, 3 hours, 4 hours, be talking about this man, be dragging this man. No, it's not done that way. It's not right. Justin is a grown-up man, not a baby, not a man, not a boy. Why will you be calling someone, oh, a useless, they're stupid? No. Why? Because you guys fell apart? And you said people confide in you as a secret. That means you cannot even keep no secret. Everything you guys did offline, you're not bringing it on social media to count costs. Is that the end of the world? Now, oh, Justin is this, Justin is that. Okay, when everything, okay, and if you bring out all these cases online, do you have anything to say again? No. Please, please, it hurts me. It saddens why you guys are using the children as a weapon. It's really, really bad. Really, really bad.
Thank you.
Everybody, they need to apologize. Both Zui, both the ladies are just calling, all of them need to apologize to JD. When this few people, even when this lady was sending you this picture, to tell her that, you know what, delete this picture. You guys are not using the children. It hurts me, your blessing. Why using these children picture to be counting scores? Because you guys are not in a good sense. You guys are use the picture to be fighting, sharing the pictures online. Now everybody's not coming for the father. Oh, the father is a useless man. Oh,
That doesn't make sense. I can tell you that already, that it doesn't make sense, because again, it can happen to anybody. The problem.
It happens to anybody. Like what you said, Bessie. You said you have your own best friends from social media.
Yeah.
I have friends from social media too. It hurts me.
And that's not a crime.
Because you guys fall apart. You're not using the children's picture. If you guys want to fight, fight. Keep the children out of it. You don't use children as a weapon. Like what JD said, Justin said. Justin said you don't use the children as a weapon. It's right. Why are you using the children to hurt this man? Like what he said on the slide, he said, when you're on the ground, you're already on the ground. Sorry, you're already on the ground, and you still kicking, start kicking this guy. No. It's not done. It's not done. Look at anybody that had this picture, just delete it. What do you guys want to do with the picture? What is your gain? What is your gain? What is your gain on this picture? Listen, it really hurts me.
Thank you.
But please, people should stop dragging this man. They should leave this man alone. It's just too much. This man has gone through a lot of things. For the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
They should leave this man.
Thank you. Let's.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Drive safe.
You too. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right. Bye. Hello. Good evening. It's evening here. I don't know what time it is where you are.
It's afternoon here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give an input. And like we are all humans, and I believe that Justin, in meeting Zoe, probably built a relationship with her, and this is why he probably invited her to her house. It's not, I don't believe that Justin went and run a whole background check on Zoe. It's like you meet somebody on social media, you get used to the person, and then you feel that connection, okay? So the things that people are doing, saying, oh, you know, Justin needs to be jailed. What is the reason Justin needs to be jailed for? It's so sickening. It's like, why does Justin need to be jailed? There's no reason. And this is why I said that I know deep down Justin didn't know anything that went on with these live videos and stuff like that. And I believe that if this person who knows how sensitive this case is, she wouldn't have done any of that. This person trusted you to come and take care of the kid in the comfort of their home. Okay? So, as a grown adult, that person should have known that you respect Justin's privacy, and there was no reason why she should have been on any live, on any sharing any photos with people's kids, especially when you know that things could happen. Okay? This is life. Things could happen. When you think that you have a group with somebody, they might have a snitch in there. Okay? So at the end of the day, in knowing the sensitivity of this case, she in her right mind would have realized that this is not what I am supposed to do to this man. Okay? And then on the Horian side, who are changing the narrative of this whole situation and escalating it, they need to stop also, because at the end of the day, Justin is not guilty of anything that transpired, even though it happened in his house, because he never gave permission to whoever to share pictures of his kids or do whatever they want to do with his children. So in my thing is like, people just need to learn that if you meet somebody on social media, I have met people on social media and I became great friends with them. Okay? So it's nothing wrong in meeting somebody on social media and say, oh, you know what? Why did they come to your house? Okay?
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that law enforcement agent that will tell me you how do you say, you committed a crime for meeting someone online and being friends with someone, for example. It's not a crime. Look, mistakes can happen. Everyone makes mistakes. That's not the biggest problem here. The biggest problem is the adult in this situation.
In respecting, and it's not even like, okay, even if you go to your kid's house, you respect your children. Privacy, okay? No matter what it is, you respect people's privacy.
Yeah.
And that's where the issue is. People just need to learn that if somebody willingly welcomes you in your house, and then with all of these refrigerator pictures, like what was going through this person's mind to do such thing?
It says a lot about the person. I mean, if you come into my house and take pictures that you shouldn't be taking, it's not my problem to start cleaning things up or to start explaining. You are the one who brought out the pictures. You go take care of the situation. Do you understand? It's my house. I can leave clothes everywhere I want. I can put whatever. If you come and invade my privacy and you bring out things you shouldn't be bringing out, it's not up to me to come and start talking if I don't want to talk. So I really like the fact that Justin just brushed it off, like, because at the end of the day, he didn't bring this out. So why should he be cleaning up other people's mess?
Why should he come to entertain it when he never brought it out? And I'm sure that a lot of the things that happened, he wasn't probably even aware of it. Okay? So probably at that point, he's learning it just the same way that it's out there. Because if the lady prior was, not prior, but the one who was saying her truth, if it was live videos, like live streaming, then that means that Justin didn't give no authority to live. How can you record a live and send it to Justin and tell him, you know, I gave so and so authority to see your kids bathing or to see your kids this or your like, that is not true. So then, as a human being in their right mind, you're gonna humble yourself and make a public apology to these parents of the children, not just Justin, but also the mother, to the parents, because none of them gave you the authority to do such. And then you just lost that trust between that man and you, because you cannot be an honest and right human being to society. So she needs to humble herself, take her accountability where she went wrong, and stop attacking everybody and stop and go down and humble herself, bring herself back to the bottom and say, you know what, I did wrong. Until opportunity in life. They don't just shun them in a corner, okay? But at the end of the day, depending on whatever child she has or whatever, I do not know. But when it comes to children, like I said, Justin probably didn't even know half of the story, okay, with this woman. They probably built a trust and built a relationship. And we all saw how Justin thanked this person all the time. Oh, you know what? Thank everybody. Thank so for sending me this and sending me that and sending me this. So it's like they built that connection of social media. So invading this man's privacy was a big no-no. It was a big no-no of what you did, and the person needs to just humble themselves and give this man a public, the parents of the children, a public apology. And whatever punishment has to be taken against her, then she deal with it. Because now you're going to sit down and think about the consequences of what you did wrong. Because nobody sent you to do anything of such. So,
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Okay, and like I was saying, that people will condemn, oh, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? The thing is, whatever he does or doesn't do will always be criticized. So what does it matter? Whether he talks, he will be criticized. If he chooses not to talk, he will be criticized. When he comes out to talk and feels like, oh, I just want to clear the air, what does he get as response? Oh, shut up, you talk too much. Be a man. And when he chooses not to talk, it's also a problem. So the best is for him to do what he feels is best for him. He doesn't owe anybody an explanation. He's a man of his own. If you feel like, oh, you're not giving us all the information we deserve, unfollow him. Is it by force? Are you living your life for him, or is he living your life for you? As a content, look, we are all content creators one way or the other. You cannot be expecting too much from me. I am the content creator. I choose what I do content about. So you cannot be blaming me. Oh, Blessing, why didn't you talk about this? No. If you don't like that I select what I talk about, unfollow. It's as simple as that. So again, trying to twist the narrative, trying to twist the blame to the person you don't like is just a bit, it's like you deflecting, because that's not the problem. The problem is that someone broke the trust people had in them. And not only you breaking the trust that particular person had in you, but every other person who has heard this story. Nobody is going to allow you into their home. Nobody. Because you come to me, you pretend to me that you're cool with me, you want to help me, but behind my back, you're saying all the nastiest things about me. What does it say about you as a person? So a lot of people are like scared of you, like, oh my God, you really did that? And what are you doing to at least, how do you say that? To correct, I don't think you can entirely correct this, but to have that moment of, okay, let me redeem myself to a certain extent. Let me acknowledge that I did wrong. Because for me, that's the only place I'm looking at. I'm not looking at other people. Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Yes, we can learn from everything and from all the players. We can learn. Oh, you came short here. Oh, you shouldn't have done it this way. Oh, next time you should be more careful. But they are not the problem. So for me, the problem here is trying to shift the problem where the problem doesn't belong. Let's tackle the main problem. Someone did something nobody should ever do. I have a nanny. I have a permanent nanny. She's not a living nanny. But if I have to do anything that I'm not home, that is not home, she is here always. So it could happen to me. She's not my sister. She's not my friend. She's not my neighbor. She's also a stranger to me, but she's a nanny. Imagine her coming into this house to do things she shouldn't be doing or taking pictures. She baits my children. She baits, and she doesn't bathe them with their clothes on. Imagine her taking pictures. Would you start to blame me? She shouldn't do that. That's where it ends. That's the whole thing. Once that is settled and solved and everybody understands it and puts it where it belongs, then you can go forward with, okay, what do we learn from this? How can we make sure this doesn't happen next time? But don't first start with, okay, I'm going to blame the mother. Why did you? Come on now. What is it, a game of, okay, I'm going to just focus on the one I don't like? What is wrong is wrong. And in 2024, this is not the time to be two-faced. You shouldn't even bother going into someone's home if you feel a certain kind of way about them that you cannot tell them to their face, but you can go tell other people. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Because people like that, in Africa, we say people like that, they can poison you. Because they show you a friendly face, they smile at you, but they are texting, look at this, look at that. That means you can do things to that person. Don't bother. It doesn't speak well of you as a human. You act nice, you act kind, but are you nice? Are you kind? You go and say negative things about the people you're supposed to be protecting. It doesn't speak well of you. Nobody wants to come close to someone like that because they know you can do exactly the same thing to them. So let's be careful. Let's all be careful with, all of this. And again, all the people carrying all this matter on their head, I've always said it, if this thing doesn't concern you, know how you get involved in it. Do it to an extent and let it go. Don't dive fully into it. We get carried away too much by other people's lives. Let's focus more on our lives. 80% to ourselves, 20% about other people. That's just, what I'm going to say. What's the time? Yeah, so I think I'm just going to round off. Let me see if there are other questions, and then I'm going to end the video. Okay, let me see. Why is she not telling? Yeah, that's just a two-faced. I think it's just her personality. There are some people like that. That's just who they are. You understand? They would do it to him. They would go somewhere else and do the same thing. So it's not really about him. It's just about the woman, how she is as a person. She would do it to any other person. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, everybody has a role to play one way or the other. When you see someone sending you stuff that they should not be sending you, try to tell them, oh, I don't think it's okay to do this. Oh, does the dad or does the mom know you're sending this? Oh, you should try, no matter how difficult, because that person is your friend. When you see something that is wrong, please don't keep quiet and enjoy it and say, oh, you know that there are certain things that you shouldn't get. And you guys, be careful of anything online, anything sending stuff to people. Because with one click, that thing is already in the blogs. Just one click. Be careful with what you send out. And kudos to Deronda. I just had Deronda on the phone. Deronda refused to send, not that I asked for it, but I told her I needed to see proof of stuff, not mentioning what I wanted to see, receipts, whatever. And she told me, I'm going to send you, the police, whatever, the court restraining order and other things, but I'm not going to send you the pictures I have. Kudos to you, Deronda, for that. Because I know that naturally as humans, we want to do anything just to clear our name. Like, oh my God, I don't care. I'm going to talk to the devil. I'm going to narrate my story to the devil, to anybody. I'm going to do anything. I'm going to throw caution to the wind and just do whatever it takes to have my name cleared. She didn't do that. She didn't feel like, oh my God, Blessing, I need to go all out. Let me send you everything so that you can believe me. She didn't do that. She told me, Blessing, I cannot send you those pictures and those videos. Kudos to you, Deronda, for that. I need to say that. So I didn't see the pictures in question. I didn't see the videos in question. So, and again, this video wasn't even about that. This video was just about someone coming to clear the air about what is happening between her and a former friend where they fell out. But I think the whole thing escalated when she was accused of something we now know she should actually not have been accused of, because the images were not sent to her alone. So the problem is not even Deronda or other people that the images were sent to. The problem is who sent them and for what reason. You shouldn't. I don't want to. No, I don't. Let's leave it here. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, and those on YouTube. Although I was looking I was looking at you guys a lot because I don't see comments here, so I can really see myself clearly, and here I cannot even see myself on Facebook because of the comments. But I thank all of you for let me see. Okay, thank you for all the comments, and thank you to Didi. Didi tagged all the people on her list. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for the likes. Make sure you are following this page because I'll be doing more lives here. Let me see. I was not there for most of the videos. I did tell her not to be so rough. Good night. Oh my God. Someone is asking, where was the father when the pictures were taken by a nanny? When my nanny is in this house, I'm somewhere. Either at work or either at an appointment or either going out, because I also have a life. Do you understand? I don't get it. When you entrust your kids into someone's care, you can be... So why do I have a nanny if I have to watch your every move? I don't find it crazy that the father was not there. When my nanny is here, I'm not here. Maybe I'm going to be here when we are doing the exchange, but what happens within the time frame the nanny is here, I don't witness. So I don't know if you've had any experience with hiring a nanny, but when the nanny is doing stuff with your children, you are not there in most cases. I don't know about people with live-in nannies where you are just home. You also have a nanny living there. I've never had a live-in nanny here abroad, but when I hire a nanny, which I do regularly, I'm not here. When she's bathing my kids, I'm not here. Does that answer your question? So the problem is not where you people are looking at. The problem is what was done by the nanny. That's the problem. Once that one is tackled and off the way, then you can start looking at, okay, what other factors could have led to this? How can we make sure this doesn't happen next time? But you focusing on those are secondary, honestly. Because guess what? If she wasn't the nanny, maybe another nanny would have been the one that would do it. Anyone can be a victim of this. We have the duty now to make it known that this is wrong. This is not done. You don't go into anybody's house, whether you're a nanny, whether you're a friend, whether you're a neighbor. You don't go there and be taking pictures when they are not there and sending to other people. You don't do it. That's the problem. I don't know why you guys are trying to look here and there. Okay, who can we blame? Blame the taker of the pictures first. That's the origin of why I'm sitting here. Well, not really why I'm sitting here. Why I'm sitting here is to hear Deronda's side of the story as to how she was harassed, what she's doing about it to get, her former friend off her, phones and for her to stop the harassment. Okay, so what is wrong is wrong. If you're watching this video, you go to somebody's house. Do not be doing secret stuff behind their back that they would not be happy with you doing. If you want to do stuff and you want to be open to them, let them know you're doing it. If they give you their consent, you go ahead and do it. Don't be hiding and be doing things you know they would not be happy about, because then you are the problem. I'm not going to blame the owner of the house. No. Okay. Okay, thank you also to all the callers. I'm gonna end the video here. I don't see questions, but I see opinions, which is fine all the time. All right, thank you all. Make sure you follow this page if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching. I remain Blessing Enjoy the Analyst, and I will catch you all on my next one. Bye. Okay, bye YouTube. Let me end the video.